Alright, here we go. I am EZmode's Ragey Poo, and I'm going to be bringing you a semi-Marine Arena Masters event. This is going to be an in-house scrim between EZmode, and there is going to be one other person. It's going to be Bluesky. He's going to help us out with this scrim matchup tonight. So here we go. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have EZmode's Tamil Tiger and Zero Cool. In the top left-hand corner, we have our new addition, Mr. Paz, with Nathan. Top right-hand side, we have Flares with GPR. And on the bottom right, we have the Wild Troll with FVCKIN's Bluesky. Thank you very much for joining us, Bluesky. This is going to be really awesome. Bottom left has decided to go for Early Ghost, Early Corruptor, and Marauder, and Sharpshooter for Tamil Tiger. Top left-hand side, we do have an early sentry from Nathan, and Mr. Paz electing to go the Marauder, and even an Infestor. So we do have Infestor play coming out, and Nathan deciding to go Sharpshooter. On the top right-hand side, we have Sharpshooters from Flares, of course. Like, we're not going to see Sharpshooters this game. And, whoa, we also have another Infestor coming out, and we also have Marauder. It seems like Sharpshooter and Marauder is just everyone's favorite today. We literally see nothing but Sharpshooter and Marauders. And look at this, Tassadar coming out from Bluesky. I love seeing Tassadar. He's really fun to see, especially against the Infestor. It's going to be interesting. I don't know who's going to win between an Infestor and the Tassadar. Usually the Tassadar would win just because it has a very quick feedback, but Infestor does have a leech. It's just not a lot of people use it. I would like to see it used a little bit more in more scrim matchups, more recent games. Bottom right has Wild Troll has a Raven. So we are going to be seeing some Raven play. In fact, GPR electing to go Commando, and I think that's really good, considering how many heroes are out on play. Already some back and forth action going on from Zero Cool and Mr. Paz. We did hear a snipe. I don't know who that hit. Sentry is kind of not doing anything right now. He needs to get sentries into this play. And here we go. Seeker Missile going down on Flares, and the Fungal going down on Wild Troll. And, ooh, a big storm going down on GPR and Flares. Even another storm going down on Tamil Tiger's units. The Infestor is actually kind of low on hit points. He's got 200 hit points lost. And, God, there's so many Infestors going on. Oh, he's got to be careful, though. There could be a Sentry placed down. And that could... There we go. We do see a feedback on the Infestor. Fungal does go down on Bluesky's units. And even the Leech going down on Tassadar. Tassadar losing all the points. So this is awesome. This is really great back and forth already. And GPR saying for MA Amateurs. No, this will be... I'll post this under MA Masters. This is like a semi-MA Masters. I mean, this is Clan EZmode. Maybe I'll have to come up with a new thumbnail. And there we go. The sentries do go down with the force field. And Fungal Growth going down on Tamil Tigers. That was actually a really good Fungal Growth. I heard a snipe go off. I didn't see any units die, though. So all the heroes are still there. Look at this, so much back and forth action. Mr. Paz is getting surrounded. Even Nathan is in a tough spot. His sentries, oh no, is he going to be able to get them out in time? He's being surrounded by all four sides. And oh no, I think Nathan, and unless they back it up, Mr. Paz is going to be wiped out. But no, actually they back it up. Those force fields playing a really big role. Zero Cool trying to come up from the left side. He is going to miss. It seems he's not going to be able to get this around. And the Wild Troll actually taking middle. EMP going down. I think it missed. No, it connected with one Raven. Missed the other, and the Seeker Missile does go down on GPR's units. They said Team Winner Smurfs. So pro. And it's not that they're Smurfs. We just happen to have the real Tamil Tiger. And if you haven't seen, Zero Cool actually did really well in a recent scrim matchup. And so looking at the points right now, the leader is actually Bluesky. And I think his Tassadar is just too OP. And, yeah, Regidu is in fact Ikilla. Just to clear up the air. And so we have the Ghost. It looks like he's zeroing. Could he get that Tassadar? No, actually he doesn't. But the Fungal Growth goes down on Wild Troll's units. I did hear a snipe. What did that sniper hit? He probably just hit some units. An EMP does go down and actually connects with the Tassadar. He is EMP'd, so he is decloaked, even though he doesn't have a cloaking field. And Tamil Tiger and Zero Cool able to take middle. I think the Corruptor is going to play a big role, especially in these side engagements. If he decides to corrupt, it's going to be very hard for them to escape. Wild Troll getting a little bit of fungal from Tamil Tiger. GPR trying to get in the midst of things. He's not going to be able to do it though. I think he's just trying to go for some kind of commando play where he could snipe one of these heroes. Isn't going to be able to do it today. A storm does go down on Zero Cool, and whoa, a big fungal going down on, oh my gosh, on Bluesky's units. He lost so much right there. His supply quickly going down to 200, now 303. And wow, that was actually a really nice early fungal. And I'm just kind of curious to see what level is the infestors right now. We have level 1 from top right, bottom left, level 1 still. And I assume that Tastar is probably level 2. No, in fact, level 1. So level 1's all around. And they may not be going for very big hero play, especially with these EMPs constantly going down. That Ghost is being so effective. Mixed in with the Corruptor, Bluesky again losing a bunch of units. He just totally got glass cannoned down to 140 units. He's going to have to back out for now. Actually losing the lead now. Zero Cool and Tamil Tiger pulling ahead. Flares with the fungal on Nathan. And Force Field's going down trying to trap the Infestor, but of course the Infestor can just burrow and get out of there. Zero Cool fighting EZmode's Mr. Paz. And look at this, Nathan and Mr. Paz just getting dominated right now with those fungal growths and possibly even a corruption. Their units are really, really low right now. They're going to have to back out and regroup. What isn't low though is GPR. My gosh, he's got almost 700 supply, and he's going to have to get up there. I really think he can hold the middle, but look at this, Tamil. Oh my gosh, unleashing the fungal growth, even the storm coming down, and that's going to reduce his army by at least 70. And bringing him down to 630 temporarily. GPR up on the high ground for the right side Xel'Naga Tower. Taking out a few units there, but eventually they will be taken out. And Tamil just going crazy with his Infestor play. He's taking out Bluesky left and right, keeping him very low, 251 current supply. And with 7 minutes into this game, it is crazy to see that the scores are already at 1856 for Zero Cool and Tamil Tiger at 1830 and rising with these fungals. Almost taking out that Raven. Storm does go down. It misses a few units. Bluesky has had to compete with very low energy as this Ghost has done really great EMPs. In fact, GPR fighting with Nathan meanwhile, and a fungal growth does go down on Nathan's units, taking out quite a few. Force field to try to block some of GPR's units from getting up on that ramp, and another fungal growth going down on Mr. Paz. It seems like Mr. Paz and Nathan are kind of locked a little bit by just both of these bottom left and top right just going after them, but able to keep up a good supply, which is good to see. In fact, I don't think he should engage this army at all. The Corruptor can do some corruption on these units, and there we go, we do see the corruption, and actually fighting 2v1. I think Zero Cool might be a little bit outmatched, especially with this good concave, and sure enough, there it is. Losing a lot of units, he is going to have to back out for now. Storm does go down on Tamil Tiger's units, and look at this Tamil. His Infestor's a little bit low. The Beacon does have full mana, though. He could heal his hero. I think that would be the right thing to do. Kind of risking it, considering that there's a Commando out on the field. And meanwhile, back and forth going on from Wild Troll on the ramp. GPR is going to be able to push this back. Same with Flares. And looking at Flares' score, actually Flares just shot right up. Currently no ups for Flares. I think he's just working solely on getting that Infestor up. Looking at his Infestor is level 3, and that's very rare to see somebody go all Infestor, but I guess we're going to see it here today with that Mando. Let's see what that Mando is, if I can click him. He's a fast little bugger, currently level 1, and ooh, a snipe could go down. Oh, it's so close. With only 22 hit points left, that Raven just barely able to escape. And the Infestor coming around. Tamil Tiger could get a big fungal growth on Mr. Paz, but actually, whoa, oh, almost losing it. No, he does, and it looks like that was a little bit of miss micro. He could have possibly lagged there, and that was really unfortunate, losing that Infestor. He's going to have to wait for a little while before he can get that back into the game, and that's going to be really difficult, considering that Flares is still here, and he's using fungal growth, taking out a lot of Tamil Tiger's units. Does he even have enough to revive? He's only at 134 minerals, and there he goes. He actually did have enough to revive that Infestor. Let's look at the unit productions tab and see if there's any other units coming out. I think everyone here is just going pure hero, which is really interesting. Level 3 Infestor, We have level 1 Infestor, though, for Mr. Paz, perhaps. So he is, I think, saving up. 10 minutes have passed. Let's see what he decides to do. And we do see level 3 Infestor for Tamil Tiger. So Tamil deciding to go pure Infestor possibly in this matchup. We'll see if Mr. Paz decides to switch up to a Tier 3 unit. I would like to see Tier 4. Air is really good, but considering that there are so many Infestors out on the field, it might not be a good idea. Tier 3 might be the right choice, as Tier 3 is just so strong. There's so many hit points that until a Queen comes out, or at least until the level 7 Tassadar, dealing damage on the units is very difficult. And oh no, Flare's gearing up to put a fungal down on Nathan. It connects and does a lot of damage. In fact, it might even kill the sharpshooters. Wow, it is high enough level to deal damage. And oh, look at this. Flare's chaining on Tamil Tiger's units. That's so many units that are about to go down. And they do go down. My gosh, he lost at least 80 supply just in that fungal alone. Good connection. And Tamil deciding to lay the fungal down on Mr. Paz. And ooh, he could overextend himself a little bit. He could possibly lose it just like he did before. Force field's going down, trying to trap Flares, and Flares, being wise, does decide to back out for now. And what level is this Mando? Currently level 3, so I think he wants to go for possibly pure Mando as well, just to try to get the smackdown on these heroes. I did hear a snipe, but no heroes are destroyed as of yet. Heal does go down on the Infestor, and GPR losing a few to this fungal. Tamil Tiger taking a snipe, but I think he was able to heal enough from it. And Bluesky deciding to go with Immortals. We've seen Immortals do very well with Tassadar, and we'll see what he decides to do. Oh, big fungal going down on Bluesky's units. He's going to lose all of those. The Immortals are going to be just fine. Excuse me, and so looking at the scoreboards right now, it looks like bottom left still in a really big lead. Zero Cool at 3,853, Tamil Tiger 3,690, now 3,700. But not too far behind is Flares, actually. Flares doing very well with his fungals, very well placed fungals. And Mr. Paz and Nathan kind of stuck in top left right now. We'll see what they decide to do. In fact, even Wild Troll and Bluesky kind of struggling a little bit, as we do see now Marauders coming out for GPR. And I think that's a great choice. Marauders are very good. And we'll see how well it does with that Mando. I think going level 3 is just enough. I think you should start working on those Marauders. Marauders are so strong. Especially since, since everybody's pretty much going bio. It will just devastate all of these units. And what's also devastating is this Infestor. My gosh, these fungals going down on Nathan's units. Losing so many. Even a corruption going down on the units. They are going to be able to back out for now. No big damage done. No big losses there, but look, we have Flares and the Mando getting ready to do something possibly at the top tower. If he can bait Nathan, and sure enough, there Nathan goes. Are we going to see another fungal, possibly a snipe on these sentries? And here we go, Stim going on further. Marauder, he's going to be fighting though against Goliath. Force field does go down, and there we go. The Infestor getting ready to do a big fungal. Oh no. And GPR needs to get in there. He needs to get... Oh, he could possibly get these snipers. You need to get into position, buddy. Another fungal goes down. And the snipe does hit. But it does not kill that sentry. That sentry gonna be able to escape for now. And Nathan's saying, ha, you missed. And he did indeed. But possibly next time. Keep watch of that sentry. We'll see if it does go down at the next snipe. So Tamil Tiger will probably not be able to do a lot of damage to these Immortals. Immortals can tank a lot of fungal growth. Losing just a few sharpshooters there. Nothing too special. Force fields do go down to try to protect Bluesky from that Mando. Mando coming around, trying to get into position. The storm does go down, and in fact, I think this Mando needs to get right in here so that way he could possibly snipe Bluesky. I mean, he's in the right position to do it. He's got the units. I'm sorry, he's not in the right position. He could get in the right position, but deciding not to, and that's really a shame. Wild Troll deciding to come out with Void Rays. What? This is crazy, and I like this Void Ray play. And a lot of Void Rays, in fact, building up a supply of at least 400. And with this Infestor, though, the Infestor can do a lot of damage to air, but the Void Rays are just going to do so much damage to these units. Everybody with very low tier units and fungals going back and forth. Mr. Paz, Tamil Tiger, who's going to lose the most? It looks like Mr. Paz actually losing quite a bit. And Mr. Paz even electing to go for an Infestor himself, currently level 3. And wow, it seems like everyone has an Infestor. Bottom left has an Infestor, top right, top left. And the only person that doesn't have one is bottom right, deciding to go for a Tassadar. So we have a possibility of 3 queens today, folks. And this is just crazy. The Mando from GPR could be looking to get into position. A snipe does go down, and GPR, all you gotta do is turn around and attack that sentry. He does decide instead to leave that scan going down. That scan is just too OP. And Wild Troll coming in with his Void Rays. He's got to be careful though. Those overpowered Marauders. The stim goes down, does slow them, and the splash damage is so huge. I think he needs to level up those, instead of leveling up the Mando, start leveling up those Marauders. They're going to do a lot of damage. They currently have stim, concussion shells, and hopefully he keeps increasing them because that's exactly what he needs to do. Wild Troll though, losing a lot to these Fungals. Gonna have to be careful because he is dealing with 3 heroes on the board, so perhaps going Void Ray is not the right idea to do. Maybe even going Wraith would have been the right decision. Air is very powerful, guys, don't get me wrong, but with so many heroes, I'm just not sure how he's going to be able to do it without getting fungled to death. And Mr. Paz losing a few units there. I think Mr. Paz needs to save up a little bit, possibly go for a beefier unit. He's just losing units left and right. And here we go, the snipe does go down, actually picking off some Void Rays, electing not to snipe the Tassadar. There was a snipe that went down. It did not deal enough damage though, some good heals by Bluesky, and look at this, the Infestor coming around the left side. It does manage to get a fungal off, but not doing nearly as enough damage, because Nathan elected to go for the Goliath's higher hit points. And that was, I think, the correct decision. Mr. Paz needing to switch it up a little bit. In fact, Tamil Tiger, knowing that also the storms are going to be going down, is going to deal a lot of damage, he elected to go for Goliath 2 and loses the Infestor, overextending it again just a little bit, and that's going to set him back. Oh no, I bet he's really upset about that. Meanwhile, a lot of back and forth going on. GPR trying to get into a position where he could deal some damage. Fungal growth going down. The Air was trying to go for the Mando, and look, it did not connect. And oh no, Wild Troll feeding so much to GPR. His points just skyrocketed to 4,053. And I think that was actually a really poor decision by Wild Troll. I think losing all those air units to go for possibly 200 or 300 just for killing that Mando was not the right decision. But what was getting these Temple Zealots. They completely countered the Immortals. Force Field trying to keep Zero Cool back, but it's not enough. And I think he's going to lose his Tassadar there, and sure enough he does. It was a great play by Zero Cool. Marine's currently at 0 attack, but he does have Stim, and he does have a hit point upgrade for the Temples. Wow, 5 attack though for the Temple Zealots. That's really interesting. He's obviously going for that rapid spawn, and he did in fact get it. And Bluesky saying that was the longest delay of Force Field ever. That's going to shoot him in the lead now. Bluesky did have a dominant lead, but not anymore. Losing that Tassadar, and Flair's trying to get into a position where he can deal some damage. I think he needs to go straight for Nathan here, possibly with that Mando 2 support. Once he pulls Mr. Paz's units out, he could possibly do a snipe on that Fester. It's very low on hit points. Possibly even getting some of those Goliaths, as they are in the yellow. In fact, some of them are orange. I think one more good fungal could do a lot of damage. And Zero Cool just dominating the middle now. Bluesky is going to have to wait to get his Tassadar back, and wait for quite a long time. Fungal growth does go down on Zero Cool, and because he elected to go Marines, especially with all of these Infestors, he could be in danger of those Fungals, and sure enough he is. Even his Temples taking a lot of hits, and Void Rays are going to completely counter those Temples. And oh no, he could be overextending himself. Bluesky, what are you doing? It just seemed to run right into the army of GPR, but in fact Zero Cool getting the win there, and Tamil Tiger saying that there was lag. Bluesky, I don't know if there was lag or not, but you had 0 units with you. That was really interesting. And Zero Cool, oh no, overextending himself and losing all of his units there. Oh no, that was a poor decision, I think, by Zero Cool. You shouldn't have lost all those units. He did end up coming on top with 7,100 because he got the Tassadar. But oh no, losing so much. I think he was just trying to avoid the surround by Nathan. And unfortunately, Tamil nowhere to be found. So I guess he just really had no choice. Bluesky now having to wait to get the Tassadar out for a second time, and that's going to set him back quite a bit. Let's look at the units tab real quick to see where this commando is at. Level 4. That thing is getting scarier and scarier, but what is equally scary is the Infestor. Does he have enough? Oh my gosh, we could be seeing a queen at the 20-minute mark. And are we going to see this queen? He's gearing up, I think. There it goes. He is, in fact, going for the queen. And now the queen is out. This is incredible. And unfortunately, the pings were supposed to be added for whenever there is a hero kill, but there is still no minimap pings. That's really unfortunate. I would like to see who gets those kills and who does not. EMP does go down. I think he was able to EMP Mr. Paz's Infestor. There it is. And oh, if he had a scan going down, he could possibly kill it, but he did not see it. The Tassadar trying to come in from the bottom left. There is a fungal that goes down on Bluesky's units. He's going to try to get back out of there, but in fact, I think he could stay and deal a lot of damage to the Goliath. He's going to back out for now, waiting for Wild Troll to come in. He has a huge army supply. He's got almost 500 unit supply of those Void Rays. He could even do some damage to Nathan, and we are experiencing some interesting lag. Not quite sure what's causing that, but hopefully it will be fixed here shortly. And let me just double check, make sure that I don't have anything open. It doesn't look like I do. I mean, I'm not seeing any videos or anything like that, so yeah, I think we're good. Alright, getting back into the game. Tamil Tiger and Zero Cool going to be able to take the middle. Zero Cool currently at 8,231. He is in first place. His army supply is still a little bit low. He finally brought it up to the 500 mark, but that's nowhere near the full army that he used to have. Overseer going down. Was he able to kill that queen? And I think he did. Yes, he did. Mr. Paz's queen did go down. And man, I really wanted to see those pings come on the board whenever somebody got a kill, but unfortunately they are not working. And Wild Troll taking a lot of hits from those Goliaths. The contamination did go down and able to take out, oh my gosh, Zero Cool is just getting so much money. Able to take out not only the Tassadar, but the Raven as well. And Phoenix coming out for Nathan. That is a really interesting interesting choice. Zero Cool saying that Tamil is a total noob. I'm not sure what he means by that. I guess because he lost his Fester. But they are actually doing very well. And Zero Sky saying blue because I think he's wondering why he's losing this Tassadar so much. Snipe does go down from GPR. He did snipe that Phoenix. Just enough to do enough damage to eliminate the shields. And in fact, he needs to heal this Overseer. There's 100 points in middle, so go ahead and go back up, heal that Overseer. You got to be careful for Snipe, buddy, so heal it up. I'm curious why he doesn't take advantage of the middle beacon. I think that's a mistake. And Goliath with 5 attacks ups, he could possibly go for a position in the middle. Fighting 0 attack Goliath, in fact, no hit point upgrades at all. And is the queen out? It should be somewhere. That is the Infestor. Where is this queen? There we go. The queen is on the bottom right. And oh no, if Wild Troll is not careful, he could group up here. Actually, that's kind of a bad use of the fungals because he's only getting about 2 or 3. He wants to make sure that he can get in a better position. I think actually burrowing right here to be able to get all those air. I mean, he could have done it. I think burrowing would have been the better answer. Marauder's getting so strong though. 4 attack, 1 armor with the stim and concussion shells. I think that's exactly what he needs to do. And I think this queen could have been a lot more effective if he had just burrowed, maybe stayed here, and in that fight put down his scan. He would have seen exactly what was going on. And just unfortunately did not get it. The fungal growth is going to go down on the Marines, currently at 6 ups. And the Overseer coming in trying to land on that Infestor. It does, but not going to be able to do the damage. Oh wait, it might. Nope, unable to get it. Stim coming in from GPR. The Queen coming in. Could possibly do a fungal growth on these units. The Immortals are going down. And Zero Cool saying frickin' troll. Guessing because Wild Troll came in with all those air units. Those air units are so slow. And I really think that he should get like some kind of observer. Flares or GPR, so that way they can see when these Void Rays go out, because that's a lot of money that the Queen could get from those snipes if they just had the detection, if they just knew where they were on the map. I mean, look at this. He's clumping up these Void Rays. And Nathan's saying, I think he just got glass cannoned. And he kind of did, actually. Fungal Growth going down on Nathan's units. Could lose the Phoenix. Oh no, it is going down. It's getting low. Another Fungal going down on it. 124 hit points left. Is going to be able to escape, but GPR is hidden right here. He's going for it, but overextending himself. Could lose it. And oh my gosh, how is he able to escape? Zero Cool rushing in, but Mr. Paz deciding to use a save. He does kill all of Zero Cool's units, leaving him very low. 120. I think he got glass cannoned. In fact, both Nathan and Zero Cool just getting totally glass cannoned. And ooh, flares with the good fungal growth. All over Mr. Paz's units. I mean, they're very low units, so he's not getting a whole lot of money. This is the money right here, and I wish Flares could hear me through this, so I can tell him to please go over and get Wild Troll's units. I mean, he's just asking to lose a bunch of money. I mean, this is so much money. This could be like 2,000 in money. I don't know how much this is exactly, but it could be crazy. And now GPR, with this Queen backed by Flares, is going to be able to take middle. And we do have our own Queen for Tamil Tiger with 1 attack ups. And now the game is going to really shift. And there we go. Finally, if he can chain these Void Rays, he's going to get so much money. And sure enough, there he goes. His points just dropped, or rose up to 667. And that's exactly what Flares needs to do. Just keep hitting those voids. And that brought him up to 7,727 respectively. And with this new Queen out, though, I think Bluesky is going to need to be careful. Sure enough, there goes the Immortals. And are there any ups for this Queen? Currently 4 ups, so that's going to be very strong. 325 fungal. Almost enough to one-shot these Goliaths. I think with 2 more ups, he will be able to do it. And Zero Cool saying dicks, because I think he just got saviored again. Zero Cool with 150 supply. Zero Cool is, yes, he is in the lead, but I think with some better play, less aggression, smarter play, he would have a much higher army more often and would be in a dominating position. Instead, he's only about 2,000 ahead, but with the Queens, anything can happen. And so he needs a higher lead than this. He needs at least a 5,000 or 6,000 lead before he can be really devastating. In fact, Mr. Paz is even level 7. He could possibly be gearing up to do something. Meanwhile, Zero Cool trying to come in, trying to kill Bluesky, and will he be able to do it? The stim does go down, and in fact, he decimates Bluesky's Merc spawn. And Tamil Tiger coming in, he could possibly finish the deal. And do we have any saviors? Yes, we have one more savior still. For the Wild Troll, he's got to be careful. Tamil Tiger could lose his whole supply here, possibly even the Queen if not careful. But curious is that there's not a single anti-hero tower. With all the heroes in play, I'm really surprised that no one is barely getting any hero towers. I mean, look at this. A few support towers, but it's mostly support and radar. Not a single anti-hero tower at all. And I think that's kind of a big mistake. I'm going to have to talk to the team about that and let them know. I mean, they're missing out on opportunities here because eventually these guys are going to be going into the base. And anti-hero is just great for units anyways, simply because of that vortex. It's going to be really great. Even with Zero Cool trying to rush in and kill off the spawn, he could have possibly used a vortex, having those voids enough time to get around and do some damage. And look at this, 4 ups, 3 armor for these Marauders, and this is exactly what he needs to do. That is really great. I'm glad we see that, even though he does have a commando out. And it is level 5. The commando is not all or nothing. He definitely needs Marauders on the backside of this, and the Marauders are doing so much damage, so much splash damage to Zero Cool. A good warp out by Flares, keeping his Queen Fester alive. And with the right micro, I think GPR could have went on the backside of this and taken out that hero, but I think he was just a little bit afraid of Mr. Paz coming over here. And Mr. Paz, oh no, you need to re-burrow that investor, and there we go. He is going to be able to escape for now. Possibly a little bit of miss micro coming down from Mr. Paz. And I wish I could see the details so that way I could see who has at least the highest percent chance to win. I would say it's probably Zero Cool. It looks like he has a higher percent, even though he has fewer games. But I like seeing the percents. I like seeing if it works, if it's accurate. I should say, not if it works. Of course it works, but if it's accurate, that's really what's important. And oh my gosh, did he overextend himself? GPR losing so many units right there. And I think going after Mr. Paz is great, but wow, that was a big loss. And here we go, we are finally seeing a third Queen Infestor. This is absolutely nuts. And I would love to be much more energetic about it, but I don't want to wake up my girlfriend in the other room. This is very late, it's actually like around midnight my time. But I wanted to bring this to you guys, and I think this is really cool. Just, I hardly ever see my clan do any scrims. And to see them doing a scrim like this, because now we have enough players to be able to do it, I really hope we see more and more of this, because this is actually exciting. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, it's pretty much non-stop action, except when they all get glass cannon like this. I mean, look at this. 7 attack sharpshooters for flares. This is really interesting. If flares switched it up and went for a different merc, I mean, if he went even warps, if he went... warps would be interesting. But to see something like maybe Immortals, Goliaths, Desis even, that would be really interesting. Savior does go down. He did focus the Queen, but it just wasn't enough. And oh no, he actually lost his spawn there. Bluesky in a really bad position. Zero Cool just kind of wrecking house. And now bottom right, because, okay, now guys, listen. If you're ever in this situation, you need to planetary right now. You have absolutely no defense. The Saviors are gone. So one of you needs to planetary, maybe even some base armor, and get some base defenses. In fact, I'm still curious to see why there's still only a radar tower here from Bluesky. This is really interesting. Anti-hero would have gone such a long way. And I just don't know what's going on with these guys, especially Bluesky. He's a very talented player. In fact, looking at his score, I mean, he's only in 3rd place. So this is very curious to see why he's elected not to go with this anti-hero. Losing his spawn twice, it's just, that's really a shame. You should never lose your merc spawn twice simply because you refuse to get an anti-hero tower. And oh no! GPR, I think talking maybe a little bit too much, and loses, Flares loses his hero. He had nowhere to go. And with no backup by Flares, I think that's just going to royally piss off Flares. And that was actually a really big pickup from Zero Cool. Actually, I think Tamil Tiger might have got the kill for that. His points just rose dramatically. So I think that was, in fact, Tamil. I know Zero Cool did come out from the backside, but... and interesting, Nathan and Mr. Paz has a really strong combination. With the Phoenix and with the Queen... Could possibly see some really big plays coming up here. Actually, no. Nathan is electing to use Graviton Beam on like 2 units while losing his whole army. Even oh my gosh, the Spectre using the Lash. Now top left has lost, and I think, okay, I spoke too soon. Nathan and Mr. Paz electing to do some really wonky playstyle choices there, losing his whole army just to attack 2 right here. With that Graviton Beam, I mean, Nathan was nowhere around to help Mr. Paz. And I think even Mr. Paz putting in 2 attack for these units, I mean, Marauders don't do anything. They don't even have concussion shells. And they're totally worthless unless they have stim. So I'm not sure why he elected to put 2 attack into his Marauders if he's not going to change them. Similar is Flares. Flares was 7 attacks into the Sharpshooters, but he's not changing them. I think that's a big mistake. And he's missing out on money that he could possibly have. Flares doing very well. I mean, currently in what it seems to be like 3rd place, 4th place. But just strange decisions all around, folks. But what I like is the Spectre. That's really awesome, especially with these Marauders. I'm really glad that he's going Marauders. I want to see more stronger Marauders, and there we go. Finally getting the anti-hero tower. I think he had a support tower and decided to change it up maybe, and I mean I think he had a support tower. And getting that anti-hero tower, that is awesome. Now we can finally see some vortexes, something to keep these units out of the base. And that vortex will play a big role because once that queen is gone... Oh my god, are you serious? Okay, terrible miss micro from GPR, and GPR is going to be fuming about that. In fact, losing all of his units, I mean, this is just nuts, and I don't know if this is lag. I mean, I'm not getting any lag on my end, but the players could be feeling some lag, because that was just nuts. He walked his units right into Zero Cool's face, and Zero Cool now with a whopping 16,047. He's taking a very dominant lead, and GPR now finally lifting off that queen. Unable to do the damage, though. I mean, those Void Rays are just so slow. And Zero Cool with a big blink in. Is that going to be a Assassin blink, or is that going to be a Grayson blink? I think that was a Grayson blink. Even call down, trying to get Nathan. Another blink in, and boom, there it goes. It goes down. 11 attack ups with the rapid fire. Zero Cool taking a very dominant position in the arena tonight. And Flair's almost losing his queen. His queen was very low. And Nathan's saying, get out of here, that was BS. And I don't blame him. Blink out by Zero Cool. The Infestor, or I'm sorry, the Infested Terran coming out, the Savior. And now top left is in a really bad position because now both Saviors are gone. And fortunately though, they do have the photon cannons. They have at least the base defenses, and we're not seeing that from bottom right. Still no planetary fortresses, and bottom right has absolutely nothing that they can do. I really think bolstering up their defenses is the right thing to do, and possibly starting to attack from the sides, as he could possibly do damage on flares, staying the hell away from Zero Cool and Tamil Tiger, who now actually has middle position. 36 minutes in, and already so much action. I mean, so much has gone down. This is just crazy. Mr. Paz losing all of his units there, and oh no, his Queen Fester. Ooh, I mean, was he AFK? That was really weird. Wow. I just don't know. Wild Troll saying GG, Nathan even laughing. And Tamil saying, hey, you stole my kill. And sure enough, he did. 18,000. Oh my gosh. 11 attack Marines. And I don't know if he has the hit point upgrade yet. It doesn't really show that. I mean, I'm sure he probably does. But if you haven't already, guys, known, getting the hit point upgrade adds an extra 10% to your overall stim speed. So getting that hit point upgrade is essential. It's very important to get. And here we go. Flares able to get the fungal down. Actually, I'm not sure if Flares was able to get. I think he did. Yes, Flares did get it. Oh, and a call down by Zero Cool. Will he be able to get the queen? And the queen goes down. And Zero Cool just being absolutely crazy here. I mean, Zero Cool, glad to have you on easy mode, buddy, because you were just cleaning house here. Again, I think you would have more money right now if in the earlier games you played a little bit smarter, not losing your whole army. But Zero Cool is definitely taking the game for sure in this one, and this is great. It's great to see that. He does still have a command center, though. No planetary, and you know what? If anyone else decided to go Marines, there's always a chance that a drop could do big damage. And are we going to see the lash? There it goes. The queen does go down. Uh-oh, buddy. GPR, you got to get out of there. Zero Cool deciding to come up with a stim. He wants to get in there. He's going to be able to back out for now. Does save that Spectre. But Zero Cool is just so crazy. 20,000 currently in first place. Almost double everybody that's playing right now. That is just crazy. Whew. And asking, remember what? I have no idea what they're talking about. Whatever. But if he's talking about the recent scrim where Nani rushed you, and you rushed Nani, Oh. Yeah, I think I had a huge lead. Yeah. I ended up getting rushed. I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And here we go, an anti-hero finally coming out for Bluesky. Sorry about that, guys. I do tend to get a little bit focused when somebody types, so I completely stopped talking there for a little bit. Just to kind of get into the game. What they're talking about is a game where I was bottom left. I was playing, I think, with Octavian, and I think I had a really big lead. I ended up rushing a player named Naniwa, and the troll, I think, was even over here at his spawn, and he actually came in and attacked me while I was attacking Naniwa. I think I ended up killing Naniwa, but Wild Troll ended up killing me. And I even had a support tower. I could have totally recalled back. I think I had enough energy. You know, I can't be sure. In any case, that was a long time ago. Back before I got at least a little bit smarter about Marine Arena. And I learned my lesson. Even though I had a huge lead, anything can happen. I've even had games where I've had a CC still. Big Blinkin, though, does get that queen, and oh no, Flair's losing that queen. That was kind of careless, actually. But anyways, what I was saying was I've had games where I've had a CC still, and totally lost the CC to a drop, like a simple drop. And here we go, speaking of drops, the drop down is on Zero Cool. Going down to GPR, he does connect, does take out that Spectre, and top right, now losing both their heroes, and that's really unfortunate. Zero Cool just totally dominating 2,618. He's pretty much triple, and I think everybody's about to call GG before even the 45-minute mark. That's crazy. And there we go. Blinkin by Zero Cool. He is going to try to finish off Bluesky. Doesn't have the units for it. Marines, as you know, are just terrible at taking damage, only 200 hit points. He does need to have those Temple Zealots in front. 6 attack, he does actually need some armor, but a lot of hit points, and that's exactly what you need to do with those temples. But armor is so important, guys. If you don't know, armor does contribute to the amount of damage those hardened shields can take. If you look at the basic formula, they basically take the damage that the unit receives, subtract it from the armor bonus. So there's a formula here, and then they times that number by 20% and add 5. So the higher the armor, the lower that number is that's going to be times by 20. That's very important to know. So armor is very important. In fact, in the recent changelog, they increased the armor, I believe, that temples can get, and they lowered even the hit points, I believe, from 10 to 8. If you haven't already, go over to marinearena.info and check that out. And you will be able to see the new changelog, but it is important, guys. Remember, follow that formula. That's how that damage is done. They don't just do an overall damage reduction. I think before it was all damage was reduced to 7, which is very OP. It made it to where Marines, it didn't even care. Marines could still do a lot of damage rapidly. But for big hitters, especially Immortals, I mean, if you're reducing 100 damage from Immortals, let's just say, theoretically, down to 7, that's insane. And look at this, Zero Cool sitting on 1900 minerals. He does finally take out bottom right, and your first people to be taken out is going to be Wild Troll and Bluesky. So, good game, guys. I mean, you definitely tried. Still very curious about why they didn't even have an anti-hero. But that was then, that was the past. Can't do anything about it now. But Bluesky, Wild Troll, thank you for playing, thank you for participating. And Zero Cool, even overextending himself a little bit, he is going to get fungled. And I don't know what kind of fungal that was. Was that a queen? Oh, he does have a queen. It's just barely alive. He does need to transfuse himself a lot quicker. Blinkin, he does try to get Zero Cool's, or I'm sorry, Zero Cool's, let's see, Nathan's spawn. He does get it. The Phoenix comes out. Just in time. The CC does go down. The queen is still there, but a drop down is going to finish it off. There it goes. and Zero Cool just totally cleaning house, being very aggressive with these Marines. And this is what I like to see. I love Marine style play. And so your second team to be eliminated today is going to be top left, Nathan and Mr. Paz. Thank you for playing. Unfortunately unable to win it this time, but GPR, oh, if he had a scan down, he could have possibly been able to kill that queen. Not that it even matters, but that would have been at least one final pickup. And Flares is the last person to be here. His poor little queen. I guess he's watching Rage Sauce on this rotating TV or whatever it is. He was very interested in whatever was going on with that Rage Sauce thing. And Flares, I don't think that's enough units. And there we go, he is fungled. He is going to probably have a blink in. Nope, he decides to just completely run past the queen. He doesn't even give a shit. And there we go, the queen was taken down. And there we go, your third team to be eliminated will be GPR and Flares. GPR are already leaving. But whoa, not before Flares decides to give a big middle finger and uses a savior. And Zero Cool saying, what should I do with 10k? Does he in fact have it? My gosh, he does. He's got 8,000. He did just do a cooldown, or a call down. So wow, he did. I think he did have 10,000, and that's just nuts. And I'll just tell him towel. They should totally get a towel. That would just be so funny. And it's going to be SD here fairly soon, in about 10 more minutes. As both teams have been eliminated, the only ones left is Flares, and I don't think he should even go Tal. That's just stupid. But Flares deciding to do his final Infested Savior, or Infested Terran Savior, and there we go. Call downs coming down from Zero Cool. He did use all that money. I imagine he got full. Oh yes, he did. Wow, look at that. 35 damage, 42 heroic, and this is all at the 46-minute mark. Flares saying, yawn, GG, I'm out. And that's just his way of saying he got his ass kicked. In fact, everyone here did. Great game. GG. So that was a really good game. Your winners here tonight will be EZmode's Zero Cool and EZmode's Tamil Tiger. Congratulations, guys. I will be posting this up on YouTube, and you will be able to check it out. I'll put it as a special, possibly tomorrow night. So thank you guys for playing, and thank you all for tuning in. If you happen to be on twitch.tv, please click that follow button and watch more episodes. We will have more MA Masters and more in-house scrims here for EZmode.